It's your friendly 11:11. Stretch and strengthen a body check. I think it's actually like 11, 12, or 13, but who's counting anyway? I am welcoming the break because I've been sitting down a little long. My alarm reminded me it's 11:11, so yay, the internet is working. Yay, my body's still working. Do a little stretching over to each side, just checking in with the spine, checking in with the arms, checking in with the hips. Push to one side and pull to the other side. The arms behind the back, pulling the elbows together, rolling the shoulder blades together, and then do a relatively flat back fold from the hips. Just again checking in with the body. Kind of diving right into it. Thanks for the love and the messages. Tip over to the left since I'm already here anyway. And then tip over to the right. You can kind of bend that left knee toward left shoulder. Gazing up past the right shoulder. And let's do that one more time. Bending the right shoulder to the right knee. Gazing up past the left shoulder. And then over to the left knee and left shoulder. Again, gazing past the right shoulder. Just giving the torso a little twist, a little wringing out to the organs. Bring those arms up overhead again and just really try to relax through the belly, hanging from the hips, letting gravity do the work here. I'm going to bend the elbows, keeping the hands clasped, and bring those down the legs. Check in with the legs, check in with the toes, and then I'm going to roll up, checking in with the front of the legs. Just giving everybody a quick hello, hello. Shake out those hands. Give the whole body a shake. Just shake out the stresses of the day. Make room for the new stresses of tomorrow. They're coming, don't you worry. You don't need to hang on to all those stresses, because there'll be new, fresh stresses tomorrow. Chances are good. Or adventures, or pleasures, whatever's your pleasure. It doesn't have to be stresses. That just seems to be the popular thing that people are focusing on these days. Let's do another check through the spine, just rolling down nice and slow this time. Trying to notice where there's stickiness, where there's suppleness, where the spine is fluid and where it's ka-chunky. Coming all the way down. You can bend the knees if you need to bring your hands onto the floor. And then step those feet back a little bit, pushing through the palms, through the spine, and pressing those heels toward the floor. Pressing the heart toward the center of the earth. Give the head a little shake there. I'm going to step forward with the left leg into a nice deep lunge. Just giving those legs a nice stretch. I hope you either follow along or do something that feels good in your body. Move it around a little bit, play a little bit. I'm going to bring weight back onto the palms, bring that front foot back again, pressing through the spine, tipping the tailbone toward the back of the head. Palms are firm on the floor, fingers are wide, pressing those heels toward the floor. Let's lift that left leg straight up first. Trying to get a nice straight line sensation. Lifting, and then I'm going to open that hip, letting that foot fall over to the right and look for a visual confirmation. Do I still have toes? Yes, I do. Can I make them go in a circle? I don't know, but I'm going to try anyway. It's one of my favorite challenges. It seems easy. It should be easy. But something in my brain makes it feel difficult. Isn't that the way things go? We press again, just straight up, pressing through the palms, through the spine, through the leg, through the toes, and then bringing that leg back down. Readjusting my hands a bit before I lift the right leg straight up at first, keeping those hips parallel to the floor, pressing through the palms, through the spine, through the leg and through the toes, and then opening that hip so they're no longer parallel to the floor, letting that leg drop over to the left and looking over my left shoulder for visual confirmation again. Hey, toes, don't overthink it. You can make a circle. Can they? I don't know. It's harder when I look at them for some reason. Let's go around the other way, just for good measure. And then lifting that leg again, pressing in a more of a straight line, trying to shift that hip down onto the perpendicular line, pressing through the palms, pressing that supporting heel into the floor. Feeling that energy from the fingertips out the toes, and then bringing that leg back down, pressing again with both palms. This time I'm going to step forward with the right foot in between the hands for a nice deep lunge, just checking in with those legs a little more. Don't forget to breathe and smile and shake it off. Shake it off. My mommy used to say, just let it roll off your back like water off a duck's back. I don't know if that's the same as shaking it off, but same intention. Just let it go. Don't care so much. That's my unsolicited advice for tonight. Or maybe care a lot, whatever suits you. I'm going to step forward with that back foot, bringing both feet into parallel and hanging here from the hips again. Shake it out a little bit. A nice long sigh, because that can be helpful. And then I'm going to roll up nice and slow, just checking in with the spine again. Stacking one vertebra on the next. The slower the better, just really noticing how the spine is doing. Let's do some shoulder rolls. Keep that energy going. Try to make like big medium circles with the shoulders. Get the arms involved a little bit. Let's go the other way. Bringing the shoulders all the way up to the ears and then rotating them down and forward. Let's add arm circles, big arm circles to that. I gotta stand a little wider so I don't fall over, and also so I don't hit the roof. The roof is not on fire, thank goodness. It's a cement and pummy paper limecrete. It's a fancy mix, this. It's not gonna catch on fire. I didn't think you were worried, I'm just saying. Let's make little circles now with the hands, just checking in with those wrists and fingers. Keeping it playful, keeping it supple. Let's go the other way. Really trying to just stretch through the fingers, through the wrists. I'm going to add a little extra wrist stretching because that feels good. Pressing on the palm, pressing on the left palm or fingers with the right. I'm going to use fingers to fingers, and then the other way. Let's try to match that. Left fingers pulling on right fingers, really stretching through the wrist. I'm going to go the other way, pulling thumb toward wrist on the left side. Make sure not to let those shoulders get up in the ears. They like to do that sometimes. Shake that out and pull the right thumb toward the right wrist. Again, just really opening up those metacarpals. I was thinking of the metatarsals, I think. I need to keep up on my anatomy terminology, don't I? For no good reason? I don't know. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Let's do a little Qigong feels in order, which is, it's just, probably shouldn't call it that. It's not formally that, but it is also sort of that. And I'm going to make a circle up here. You just make one circle, and then I'm going to step back with the left. Blow that energy back, or swoosh it back. Again, step forward, circle. You could do a double circle, and then stepping back with the right. It helps if you make some noise. Breathing in, and then whoosh, just letting that go. I started doing the single circle, didn't I? It's a little more concentration, but it does feel nice to swirl the energy up top in 2 circles, and then step back to the left. Swirl up top, and then step back to the right. Coming back to center. I'm going to go ahead and step back with the left foot into that lunge again, this time pulling the back hip forward and the forward hip back, pressing that back heel down, bringing the arms up overhead into a warrior pose. I'm thinking a lot about warrior energy the last couple days because I watched Free Solo, Free. Now I don't know which order it was. That rock climbing documentary. Let me know if you've seen it. Came out a couple years ago, but I just got around to seeing it. It was pretty inspiring, pretty good. A little bit scary, maybe. I'm going to come onto the diagonal line, pushing that heel down more intentionally toward the ground and feeling for that straight line out the heel, out the fingertips, trying to stay nice and long and supported through the abdomen and not crunch up in the shoulders. And then I'm going to shift that heel onto the perpendicular line, opening the hips and looking for an imaginary plane here while I eke these toes out a little bit so that I don't crunch that knee past the toes, and then bending from the hip. I'm going to come into a deeper side triangle lunge and sliding that back heel out a little bit so that, again, I'm still protecting this front knee. Making sure not to collapse in that leg or in the supporting arm, but I'm using them against one another for a little bit of extra torque. And I'm bringing the left hand up to gaze past the fingertips. Let's bring that hand all the way around for a little twisting, reaching for the opposite hip or thigh, bringing the gaze down that longer leg, just for a little added twist. And then unwinding that, coming back around, both hands on the inside of that leg. I'm going to bring that leg back again to meet the back leg, pushing into that triangle or downward facing dog, tipping the tailbone a little bit, pressing the heels. And I'm going to walk those feet forward, keeping the hands on the floor, all the way up as far as possible. Bend the knees if you need to get to a position where the feet are under your body. You can let the weight off the hands, hang here, just letting the head go, shake that out a little bit again. I'm going to bend the knees, swing the arms back, come into a little bit of a back bend, and back to center. Before stepping back with the right foot now into a deep or medium lunge. Again, pulling that back hip forward and the forward hip back, looking for a perpendicular line between the hips and the feet. The hips parallel to the floor. I'm going to eke these toes out a little bit, pressing that back heel back. Bringing the arms up overhead, making sure I'm not crunching up in the shoulders. Get out my ears, shoulders, you could say. If you're feeling silly like I often am. I'm going to eke those toes forward a little bit so that I can see them past the knee. Coming into a slightly different lunge or deeper lunge, and then I'm going to open the hip, putting this back foot onto the perpendicular line now, and looking for this imaginary plane on the side. Sliding that heel out a little more and bending from the hip again into a deeper side triangle. Checking that I'm not crunching past the toes with the knee, making sure not to collapse in the supporting leg or arm, using those for torque against each other, and gazing up past my right fingertips. Remember to breathe and smile. Don't forget that part, and play. Those are the three important suggestions. I was about to say rules, but rules are meant to be broken, aren't they? I will suggest that you breathe and smile and play every day. I'm going to bring this arm around the back, reaching for that opposite thigh or torso or wherever is comfortable, to add a nice twist. Bringing my gaze down that long leg to increase that twist a little bit. And then unwinding all that, bringing that hand down on the inside of the left foot, bringing that left foot back to meet the right foot, and pressing again into an upside down triangle or a tent or a downward facing dog, as the yoga people sometimes call it. Those yoga people. I might be a yoga people sometimes. It's been said. Pressing through the palms, tipping the tailbone toward the back of the head, pressing the heart toward the center of the earth. Let's walk those feet forward again, keeping the palms on the floor as long as possible till the feet are under the body. And then again, bending the knees, rolling the arms back, coming into a nice counter stretch, back bend, before coming on back down to the center. My hair is trying to stick to my face. It got hot again. Did you notice we had a nice cool streak? I think it's about to get even cooler in a week or less, but having one of those late summer heat waves yet again. This feels good just to press into each hip. I've been sitting on my butt a lot today, so it's good to wake it up. Remember, hey butt, that's not the butt, that's the hip, but you know, it's all connected, right? Shake that out a little more. I think I'm going to do just a little balancing as I like to. Check in with the balance, bringing that left knee up toward left shoulder. Give that a little more rotation in the front plane, which feels different from the upside down side plane that my brain has a harder time with. Bringing that up closer to the body, tipping or tucking the pelvis under a little bit. Relaxing the shoulders and that supporting foot. Just gonna tap the bottom of that foot. Tap the palm of the foot with the sole of the hand, as I like to do. Set that on the supporting leg for a breath or two, because I feel like it. I hope you're doing what you feel like it doing. I'm going to bring up the right knee toward the right shoulder. Again, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing that supporting left foot, pulling that leg in closer to the body, tipping the pelvis a little bit or tucking it under. Checking that the spine and the abdomen are together, nice and long and strong. Still breathing and smiling and playing. Let's do a little patting of the palm of that foot with the sole of this hand. A little more rotation on the front plane for good measure. Are you measuring this? I'm not. or maybe the time later. I'll measure it while I'm doing it, because I can't see that much from here. Set that leg on the supporting leg for a little balancing again, focusing on that supporting foot, trying to relax the toes, relax the palm of that foot, or the sole, whichever you prefer to call it. It's all made up, you know. Kind of pulling this knee back a little bit, trying to stay on that perpendicular line. But releasing that, I'm going to shake the hands out a little bit. Let's give the whole body another shaking out. Try not to eat the hair. Sticky hair in this heat. I'm going to finish with some clap snaps. Maybe I'm going to do a headstand, which I haven't been practicing and keep telling myself I'm going to practice. But I'm not going to invite you to watch because I might fall over. And, you know, that would still be okay, but I'm still not going to. So instead, I will wish you a fantastic, playful, smiling, breathing Friday night. I think it's Friday night. I'm not completely sure. Yep. I'm pretty sure it's Friday night. Hope you're having a great one. Hope you have a great Saturday tomorrow, unless you're already in that part of the world where it's already Saturday. And then hope you have a great Saturday anyway. And then, yeah, we'll get to Saturday night tomorrow, right? Yes. Do I have glasses? I think I do. Not the right ones, but I can still use them to see. It's good to see you out there. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure and take care of you, because you are worthy of your own unconditional love. First, foremost, always, in all ways. Ciao for now.